Hello everybody, I'm Dune, playing Factorio, and this is my megabase map. It's going to be a short episode. I have about 20 minutes before I need to leave the house. So I just wanted something to do in the meantime. So I just figured I'd check things out. You know, we recently built more green circuit production and copper production because our green circuits were slow, backed up. So there's just sort of a bunch of things to kind of look at. Enjoy looking at the trains. We got a blinking train because it's hurt. Kind of wish I could add. I mean, I could add repair bots, but I'd have to do a each station everywhere. Fix those things. So I just want to glance over things. Steel production's good. Average 151,000 over 6. So what? 3, 6, 900,000 steel. That's not bad. Copper to original facilities at 139,000, which is good. So yeah, maybe I'll do some solar or something easy. Maybe run some track. I'm in the process of replacing my original solar panels with these advanced solar mod panels. They're like 25% or 25 times more effective. So like, as you can see, one panel's putting out 1.5 megawatts, where the old one only puts out 60 kilowatts. It's just horribly inefficient. I just don't like covering all this whole space on the original produced 1.2 gigawatts. It's just ridiculous how much space you have to use. Where, a small nuclear facility produces 1.4 gigawatts. So, I figured upgrading, testing out this mod would be fun. I think the panels themselves should be more expensive. I just feel like they're too cheap at cost. We look at those. I've explained this before. I've just kind of like repeating myself, I suppose. The advanced solar panel, the first upgrade, it's a few things. I mean, it's 5 of the original plus some easy to come by materials, and you get 5 times the output. And then, it's the same. It's 5 more of these, so basically 25 and 5 to make one of these. And it really, one productivity module. I just don't think the cost, it should sort of outweigh, its product, its usefulness. And these are certainly useful. I think, these would certainly replace a nuclear factory. So maybe make the nuclear factory part of the deal. Like, maybe have to use some of the spent uranium fuel cells. That would give another use for them other than simply recycling them. And, say 10 maybe for the level 5s, and or for the first upgrade, and maybe 100 or something for the second upgrade. I mean, make it prohibitively expensive, but once of course, once you got them going, it'd be worth it. And it would also require you to have nuclear power, basically, because you'd have to have those spent fuel cells. That's just an idea. Anyways, one of the issues for me was producing the accumulators. I've almost got a full train load of them. Boy, the gain sound is really up there. I don't know if it's my personal volume or gain volume. Let's see if I can turn down the gain sounds. Effect. max volume. Let's turn that down. Still loud. Sounds. Let's drop the master sound. That's better. All right, we'll take those. I kind of like these, switches. And then I clobber my own train. Let's pair that in here. G for connect. And then I'll try my train to go to that solar station. I turn off all my stations because when you zoom out like this, it just gets really noisy. So I used to keep that in my electric grid highlighted, but also kind of noisy. One of the useful ones I kind of came by late was the logistic network one. This one's pretty cool. It kind of looks like these are all one, but it's in fact 6 separate ones. That's that way each of these bots for a particular station don't wander from around this whole group. They just concentrate on these trains. And it might seem like a waste, but I've got so many bots, incredible amount of bots. Like every one of these stations has 1,000 bots. That's a lot of bots. After a certain point in your base cycle, bots just aren't hard to come by. Like here's all these flight frames backed up. Red circuits are not that difficult, in a later stage of the base. In fact, I import them. In fact, I import blue circuits as well. And because of my splitters, my old base production doesn't even work. Or it would flow if the train stopped flowing, but anyways, I probably up at my solar base. Yep, right. So these are offloading. Really don't need to be here other than I have that manually transported. So where's my last set? Right. So we need to decon, but one of the things I always forget to do, one, change that to blacklist. I don't want to decon my substations. Those are going to be the same. I also don't want to decon Roboport or radars. Thankfully I'm remembering that this time. So now I can remove this, and it's only going to remove the accumulators and solar panels. You can see we don't have an X on the Roboport or on the substations, and if there were a radar in there, it wouldn't go away either. So I've probably got enough for at least 4 to replace. And then we can put down the new one. How many do I actually have? 890 and 151, so 300, 600, almost 900, so that's almost 6. So we can decon a little bit more. We'll head for 6, and then there'll be some accumulators that won't be there. And whoops, run book. Nice thing also about keeping the accumulators there is you can see exactly where your blueprint needs to go down, because it's the same blueprint, it's just been modified with the upgrade planner. There's a big storm outside. You might hear that through the microphone. huge hail and stuff. So yeah, I did have a radar in one of these, so that also didn't get removed. And then those will slowly get replaced. I don't need to stand here for that, but I do want to grab at least some of the stuff that they're replacing, accumulators especially. Probably should have done that first. Chest's almost empty. The pods are filling it almost as fast as it's emptying. Alright, now that's definitely... Oh no. How much is being delivered? There's like 90 on the way, solar panels. We'll just wait a minute. There's no reason to rush. Gonna look around. Red circuits is backed up. We got, what, 4 trains waiting. That's not good news. Been worried about plastic production, but that doesn't seem to be the issue right now. No copper train there, but we're not hurting for it. It just takes a while to make a red circuit, even with a crafting speed of plus 300%. So I was just saying red circuits, you know, hey, they're cheap, they're easy. Well, relatively. I mean, I'm producing, let's go to production, producing 28,000 a minute. So yeah, relatively I'm producing quite a bit of them. It's just I have, you know, a big demand. You know, I'm consuming currently, and that's because of these backed up trains, you know, less than I'm producing. Actually, no, I got it backwards. I'm producing 20,000 a minute, and I'm consuming 30,000 a minute, so that's bad. And we're not even including, like I said, these trains that are sitting here waiting for stuff to be made. So we could probably, I'm not going to do it now, but soon. I moved the blue circuits. They were here over to here, so this could be all blue circuits. We'll have to probably make a 2x6 red circuits. I shudder actually at that. Maybe I ought to move red circuits down below. That would make it a little closer to plastic. We recently added this double track lane in here. I had a mining patch here that I was working on for a while. And might need more plastic. This is keeping up, but it's not, you know, it's not backed up. 70,000 plastic in its, you know, sitting around is not a lot. And that's 70,000 basically in these chests. There's a bit in the, probably up to 16K, because that's how much a plastic train can hold in these chests. Plus the rest of it's in these chests over here. And you know, you probably know how I do that, but you know, I take a circuit and I connect it to a RoboPort to arithmetic accommodator, and then I just filter it by plastic. That way, you know, otherwise I'd get everything in the circuit network being added in, and then add in the values in the chests. And I'll put that as 1. Now, I only have 1 station, so I could have output that as plastic, but, you know, this was planning on upgrading this to more plastic stations as needed, but you know, you gotta look at this. All this. These are all fired up. These are all producing as fast as they can. And they're just, you know, not keeping up. I mean, part of the problem is I'm using some of this petroleum outwards to things that need it. And I do have red or orange heavy oil coming in from another oil facility that, you know, when it doesn't, it's got it, so it's not cracking it, it's sending it down here. Oil train. I'm also making my lubricant for the base for my electric engine facility here. That's really a lot of lubricant, but it's fine. You know, once it's full, and it is full, you can see by the green lights, you know, it doesn't keep making it. I'm cracking the rest of it. I'm also sending barrels of petroleum down here because the pipes just don't keep up. Do have a little bit. These were all off not too long ago. But it's down to these pipes way down here. I mean, these pipes just don't carry in enough petroleum. So the only way I found to compensate for it was to actually barrel up a bunch. It seems silly, but it's been 20 minutes already, and I've got to call this video. We got our solar. Got no more coming in. I guess my car filled up. So let's move a little bit. Add another one. Some of that by hand. Make it a whole lot faster. And head back to base. Kind of like controlling this. This train likes to head that way towards the busy part of the base. I manually go forward a little bit here. Then we can set it to automatic. So some of this has already been filled in. Yeah, solar's producing almost as much as their nuclear power plants. This will do up to a lot more than it is because solar's being used. As you can see, I have 5,000 of these advanced, producing over 7 gigawatts, and not even a gigawatt of 16,000 of the regular ones. It's pretty amazing. I figured once I replaced, you know, I calculated up, once this whole thing was replaced, I'd be making over 30 gigawatts via solar. Alright, well that's going to do it from you guys. Thanks for watching this short episode. I'm Dune, and this is Factorio Megabase. Have a good afternoon.